Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
Welcome back, honorable members. I will now call upon spokesperson from the DPP. For Blantyre City Central and spokesperson, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving a chance to the mighty Democratic Progressive Party to give a response to Bill number 7, which is the Financial Crimes Amendment Bill 2025. Madam Speaker, before I give our brief response, which will be in agreement to what the Minister presented, I would like to thank the President of the Mighty Democratic Progressive Party, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for this opportunity to respond to this bill. And indeed, I would like to thank the leadership of the DPP in Parliament, especially also our spokesperson for yielding to me to respond to this bill. Madam Speaker, as the Honorable Minister already stated, there are deficiencies in the Financial Crimes Act. Some of those deficiencies include that we need to add new institutions to the list of competent authorities that the Act recognizes. We also need to expand the definition of funds. This definition must be in line with the definition recommended by the Financial Action Task Force, which is an international organization that looks into such matters. Madam Speaker, one of the issues that has come up as being deficient in the Financial Crimes Act is that some responsibilities of financial institutions under the Financial Services Act, Chapter 4405, for the retention of accurate information when making electronic transfers are lacking. So we need to look into that through this bill and make the right recommendations, as also some have already been made in the bill. But one of the things that we are in the DPP very happy about is that we are making a better provision for the use of the confiscation fund, so that it must include compensation to victims. So we are quite happy about that, and that is one of the reasons that we fully support this bill. I must say that the Minister has also been given responsibility to define usage of such funds in the fund. We call upon the Minister to use that discretion and that mandate to the benefit of Malawians as a whole, so that financial crimes are combated, because what he decides to do will go towards fighting crime. Madam Speaker, this bill is coming at a time when our country is facing serious economic challenges. We hope that its enactment will close some loopholes and cover up some man-made problems that come up as a result of some inefficiencies or some opportunities that some people find to jump in and cause problems. Madam Speaker, much has been explained already on the needs that were identified through implementation and what this bill is going to address. I would like to say, Madam Speaker, as I close, that we thank the Honorable Minister for coming up with this bill. We thank him for the good job that he's doing. It's unfortunate, Madam Speaker, that in September he will no longer be our Minister of Finance. But so far is doing a good job. But if we were able to take him on board, we would. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do that. But Madam Speaker, we thank we thank you for giving us this opportunity, and we thank the whole administration of the Democratic Progressive Party, from our president to our leadership here in Parliament. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, spokesperson from DPP and honorable member for Blantyre City Central. Spokesperson from UDF. Blantyre Malabadan, spokesperson for UDF.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for recognizing Blantyre Malabadan constituency to make a response to this particular bill, to this particular amendment of the Financial Crimes Amendment Bill 2025. This amendment seeks to rectify some of the deficiencies in the implementation of the law. First, Madam Speaker, it also seeks to align the relevant laws in Malawi with international financial criminal laws. Our concern in the UDF, Madam Speaker, is that we make laws in Malawi that target poor people, and the same laws protect the rich and famous. Our concern, Madam Speaker, emanates from the idea that why don't we, as members of Parliament, make laws for the benefit of poor people in Malawi. We have seen laws where, for example, a poor Malawian that has sold chamba and has been arrested and sentenced to 10 years in prison. And the same law has protected a rich person. The UDF, being a social conscious political party, which is concerned of societal issues, injustices, and the well-being of others, seeks to promote the welfare of Malawians. We therefore would like to seek from this House that the laws that we make should not target only poor Malawians and protect the rich and famous. With these few remarks, First David, Madam Speaker, I submit and support the bill. Thank you.
Very much, spokesperson for UDF and honorable member for Blantyre Malabada. I now open, there is a report from Budget Committee. Yes, you have the floor, Chair.
Madam Speaker, I beg to present the papers standing on my name and item 3A4 of the order paper.
Sergeant Arams. Honorable Chair, do you wish to speak to your report?
No?
You have the floor.
Thank you.
Member, can you try and switch on the... Is it on? Okay, fine.
Madam Speaker, I rise today on behalf of the Budget Committee to present an analysis of the Bill number 7 of 2025, Financial Crimes Amendment, which was referred to the committee for consideration by the Clerk of Parliament in accordance with Standing Order 125 3 on the 10th of March 2025. Madam Speaker, our analysis has been thorough, looking at the bill clause by clause and the proposed amendments therein. Madam Speaker, firstly, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all members of my committee for their dedication and commitment in analyzing this bill. I also extend my appreciation to you, Madam Speaker, and the Parliament Secretariat for the invaluable support provided to the committee during this analysis. Madam Speaker, this bill represents a significant step forward in strengthening our legal and financial frameworks to combat the growing threat of financial crimes in our country. As you are aware, Madam Speaker, financial crimes ranging from money laundering and fraud to corruption and illicit financial flows pose a great risk to the economic stability and integrity of our nation. These crimes, Madam Speaker, undermine investor confidence, compromise government revenues, and divert public resources away from essential services. It is for this reason that our committee, Madam Speaker, has given serious attention to this bill to ensure that it provides a robust legal mechanism for detecting, preventing, and prosecuting financial crimes. Key observations by the committee. During our deliberations, Madam Speaker, the committee engaged with relevant stakeholders, including the Ministry of Finance and the Financial Intelligence Authority. The following key observations emerged from our considerations. 1. Expanded definition of competent authority and redefining of funds. The bill seeks to expand the definition of competent authorities responsible for investigating and prosecuting financial crimes. The bill also redefines the term funds to be in line with the definition recommended by the Financial Action Task Force to support the criminalization and measures against the financing of terrorism. The committee supports this.
Members, can we reduce the background noise, please?
Definition. Madam Speaker, the committee also supports the expansion of the competent authorities as it will enhance interagency coordination and enforcement capacity. However, we recommend that clear guidelines be provided to avoid duplication of roles and jurisdictional conflicts. Number 2, expanded application of the confiscation funds. The bill proposes changes to the financial crimes confiscation fund, particularly in terms of how confiscated assets are managed and allocated. The committee supports these amendments, but emphasizes the need for transparency in the administration of confiscated assets to prevent potential misuse. Number 3, strengthening international cooperation. The bill aligns Malawi's financial crime laws with international frameworks, including the anti-money laundering, AML, and counter-terrorism financing, CTF, regulations. The committee supports this alignment, but urges the government to establish clear bilateral agreements to facilitate smoother cross-border cooperation in financial crime investigations. Committee's recommendations. Honorable Speaker, after in-depth deliberations, the Budget Committee recommends the following: that this House adopts the report and supports the bill, that the relevant institutions be provided with adequate funding and technical support to implement the provisions of the bill effectively, and also monitor its implementation. These institutions, Madam Speaker, should include Parliament by strengthening its oversight role and also post-legislation scrutiny role to ensure that reforms are indeed benefiting Malawians. Madam Speaker, the committee also recommends that capacity building initiatives be undertaken to ensure that enforcement agencies are well equipped with the necessary knowledge and tools to combat financial crimes. The committee, Madam Speaker, further recommends that there is that there be greater transparency and accountability in the administration of the confiscated assets under the confiscation fund. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, this bill is an important milestone in our fight against financial crimes. It is a commitment to protecting the integrity of our financial systems and safeguarding public resources. I urge all honourable members to support the recommendations of the Budget Committee and approve this bill for the benefit of our nation. With these few remarks, Madam Speaker, I hereby submit the report of the Budget Committee on Bill number 7 of 2025 for the consideration of this House. Madam Speaker, I beg to move.
Very much, Chair Budget. Anybody from the Budget Committee? Second, yes, Honourable Member for Ncheu Central.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker, for giving the people of Ncheu Central to second the report. Honourable Speaker, I rise today in full support of the Chairperson's insightful analysis of Bill number 7 of 2025. I wholeheartedly second the motion, particularly emphasizing the expanded definition of competent authority. This amendment is transformative. It is akin to calibrating a precision instrument, ensuring that each agency is clearly aware of its specific function and responsibility. The Chairperson's remarks have made it clear that this refined definition not only enhances interagency coordination, but also bolsters the capacity of these watchdog institutions to enforce measures against financial crimes. In these challenging times, such clarity in roles is essential to avoid any overlap or jurisdictional confusion that could undermine our collective efforts. Madam Speaker, I stand with the Chairperson's recommendations and urge all honourable members of this House to support this bill, which aligns Malawi with international best practices and helps to secure a future marked by transparency and robust financial governance. Madam Speaker, I second. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member for Ncheu Central. Honourable Member, I open up the floor for debate on the report. Debate on the report. Government Chief Whip, guidance, please.
Madam Speaker, I rise to curtail debate on the report in order to allow the chairperson to wind up. Thank you.
You, Government Chief Whip. Honourable members, I now put the question. The question is that debate on the report as presented by the chairperson of the Budget Committee be curtailed in order to allow the chair to wind up. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Chair Budget.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for yielding the floor to the chair to wind up debate. Madam Speaker, the debate was only from political parties, and it was clear that honourable members are in agreement with the report from the Budget and Finance Committee on Bill number 7 of 2025, Financial Crimes Amendment Bill. Madam Speaker, as I alluded to earlier on, this is a very important bill, and we are very thankful to the House for supporting the bill and making sure that we detect, prevent, and also prosecute financial crimes effectively and efficiently. Therefore, Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the report be adopted. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Honourable members, I now put the question. The question is that the report as presented by the chairperson of the Budget Committee be adopted. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the report has been adopted. To general debate on the bill. I saw Mzimba North, you have 5 minutes, and then the The Minister of Justice, you want to contribute or something you wanted to clarify? You want to contribute? Okay, I'll give you immediately after the honorable. Honorable, yes, Mzimba North.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning. Madam Speaker, much as the bill is very, very significant, we from the Alliance for Democracy do not support this bill. Indeed, you need to get some divergent views. Madam Speaker, this bill fails to actually define who is a competent authority. It is just too broad. It doesn't define who should be the authority. Maybe if there was a significantly defined authority to manage the purpose of financial crimes, because financial crimes are too broad and have unlimited definition, but we need a competent authority which should be defined and be put in the proper premises. Second thing, Madam Speaker, who is the minister responsible? Is it Minister of Justice? Is it Minister of Finance? Is it the Reserve Bank? Again, it puts a challenge to the bill. Third, Madam Speaker, countries that have developed without resources, with limited resources, are countries that are transcend to tax havens. If Malawi can be a tax haven like Dubai, Malawi can be a tax haven like Panama in Africa, Malawi can be a gateway for financial transactions, we need to relax some of the policies which are punitive in nature. In a liberal economy, we normally regulate financial related policies with economic instruments. We do not advocate for complete legal framework. For legal framework do not deliver incomes. Legal frameworks, in all essence, they are just cost centers. And in this bill, we are creating too many competent cost centers, which are not going to deliver the product. Madam Speaker, a fine and sensible financial systems is the one which defines proper securitization. Malawi's security systems, earlier when we were discussing about the mining. Mining is a component that needs a lot of financial instruments. I was reading a book on foreign direct investment by Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. He was alluding to challenges of raising capital in sub-Saharan African countries. One of the challenges of raising that capital is financing mining. When it was financing Kairekera, we resulted in raising capital. We cannot raise capital for mining in this country. Financial raising of that kind of financing is done in either Australia or other countries. How are you going to regulate the balances of the monies which are sourced in Australia? And if you are putting these restrictions, Malawi will not be an attractive foreign direct investment. They will be reluctant to invest in mining, which requires a lot of finance securitization. Madam Speaker, having said that, another big culprit in the financial securitization is the Reserve Bank itself. The Reserve Bank, when it is raising money and securitizing tobacco farming for tobacco buying by tobacco companies, monies are securitized and guaranteed by the Reserve Bank, and there are registered in the securities of the Reserve Bank. It is never open how it is securitized, how much balances are left, where they are raising the dollars in America, but to transcend what they have raised and to pay to the farmers, it is never open, and that's why the prices of tobacco are low, and we cannot prosecute the Reserve Bank. The question now comes in, if the Reserve Bank is a competent authority, who is going to sue the Reserve Bank? If the Minister of Finance is a competent authority, who is going to sue Minister of Finance? Madam Speaker, some of the laws which we are advocating were copying and pasting, but the relevance and the practicability of handling them, we don't have those instruments. Let's go to the Malawi Stock Exchange. Most of the Malawi companies are bankrupt because, for example, Capital Alliance. There was a Capital Alliance here which raised a lot of money. Have you tracked the financial crimes? Have you learned something from the Capital Alliance? No. If you have not learned something from the Capital Alliance, is this bill relevant to address such kind of challenges? Madam Speaker, Malawi has suffered, but because of the non-legitimacy of a competent authority, we are pursuing whirlwind. We don't know what we are pursuing. Madam Speaker, this bill must go back and must address serious flaws in this bill. It is not a bill, it is just a storytelling bill. Madam Speaker, from the Alliance for Democracy, and indeed as a serious partner to the Democratic Progressive Party, we are not ready to support this bill. We want bills that are going to be relevant.
Honorable Member,
to raise this economy.
Consider winding up.
Thank you.
Exhausted your time.
Madam Speaker, to change and to stabilize the economy, after September elections, Madam Speaker, we need serious laws which are going to speak to each other. One of the serious laws is securitization. Financing and bond securities of any market entices capital flight. And large investors, they look for large capital. And those large capital, Madam Speaker, they need laws which are speaking to each other. This financial bill is not speaking to the Securities Act, is not speaking to the Stock Exchange Act, is not
few
speaking
remarks,
to the banking. With these few remarks, Madam, with these few remarks, I wish Professor Peter Mutharika well, and as we are taking over the government, and as the next minister, I'm taking over from this government. Madam Speaker, I'm ready to stabilize this economy and to make sure that the prices of goods and services are proper without this financial crimes bill. I submit, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Mzimba North. Honorable Minister of Justice.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just wish, Madam Speaker, to say that this bill, Financial Crimes Amendment Bill, will make it easy now to trace illicit transfers of funds. If you look at clause 3 of the bill, it is putting in place a mechanism by which there will be traceability of funds from the originator of the transfer to the beneficiary. Now, this will enable our financial institutions to trace any illicit transfer of funds and bring to book those that are behind it. But also, Madam Speaker, Malawi has been having a problem of not knowing what to do with the confiscated property, including funds, because there was no law that provided how such funds are to be applied once confiscated. So now in clause 8 of this bill, there are provisions that are saying how funds, how the confiscated fund is to be applied. And that is why, Madam Speaker, we have a fund already, but the funds are there, but we haven't been able to apply the funds because there was no law authorizing us how to use those funds. But once this bill is passed, then you will see that the government will be able to use those funds for the benefit of the public. If you look at clause 8, particularly clause 8, subclause, I think it's H, that gives the minister very wide powers on application of the fund. One of the applications would be to support any other purpose determined by the minister to further the objects of the fund or to save the public interest. And these are the key words, or to save the public interest. In Kenya, for example, Madam Speaker, funds that have been recovered from corruption proceeds have been used to even build public interest infrastructure like hospitals out of funds confiscated from corruption proceeds. And therefore, Madam Speaker, this is a very progressive bill that should be supported. We have been saying sentences passed by the court, but not being implemented because there was no law allowing us as government to apply the funds that have been confiscated. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Very much, Honorable Minister of Justice. Government Chief Whip.
Madam Speaker, I'm rising to curtail debate in order to allow the Minister of Finance to wind up.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that debate on Bill number 7 of 2025, Financial Crimes Amendment, be curtailed in order to allow the Honorable Minister of Finance to wind up. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honorable Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker,
Thank you very much for according me an opportunity to respond to issues raised by honorable members of the House, starting from the DPP spokesperson, who highlighted in his submission, number one, supporting the bill because it is timely and that the bill will address some deficiencies that are there when we are dealing with anti-money laundering and financial crimes. I'm happy that he has touched the issues on compensation, but also defining the usage of funds as the minister will be responsible to do that. I want to assure him through you, Madam Speaker, that the funds from confiscated account will be used to finance very important social services, and more importantly, also to strengthen the capacity of human capital and the institution that will be, working towards fighting financial crime. Madam Speaker, the UDF spokesperson spoke about the need to have non-selective rules that do not only favor a certain sector of society. I want to assure him and the House that the law and the bill that we are debating here, once it becomes law, it will not be selective. It will actually be focusing on those that have done or involved themselves in such malpractices like money laundering, but also financial crimes. Therefore, this law is not selective. Madam Speaker, allow me through you to provide some clarity for issues and insinuations raised by the honorable member for Mzimba North. The first thing, Madam Speaker, is that we all know that the honorable member is a professional quantity surveyor, but somebody who has got interest in economics. And I hope that you have time to read Economics 101 in order for him, when he stands in this House, to competently, submit on issues of economy. But, Madam, it's not even it's a value. Madam Speaker, I have been collected, is a competent value. Madam Speaker, number one, Madam Speaker, number one, the issues about competence of an institution mandated to deal with these issues, which has been put in question by the honorable member. I want to indicate, Madam Speaker, through the House, that we have a very competent finance intelligence authority. It is called FIA, with all the instruments, including the one that we are amending today, in order for it to effectively implement issues and jurisdictions under their mandate, and one of which is to making sure that we address issues to do with anti-money laundering and financial crimes. And even the director there and her staff are very competent enough. In terms of whether the ambiguity as raised by the honorable member, whether this belongs to Minister of Justice or to Minister of Finance. Madam Speaker, I want to tell the Honorable House, but also the Honorable Member, that the Financial Intelligence Authority is one of the MDAs under Minister of Finance because of the nature of the business that the authority does preside over. Therefore, this one is our MDA. But because of interministerial collaboration and network and the need for collective responsibility, Madam Speaker, we work alongside Minister of Justice because some of the issues that the authority does preside over will require some litigation and judicial interventions. Therefore, you will say that even the Minister of Justice ably contributed towards highlighting the importance of the bill. Having said this, Madam Speaker, let me, in conclusion, assure the House that this government is going nowhere, and that come September 2025, we will continue leading and ruling this government, and that is a dream by my dear Mulam there to say he might be sitting here. I want to tell him that it should be some 50 years to come, but not now, because we are more than ready to retain this government. And under the leadership of Dr. Azas McCarthy Jagwera, I want to assure you, Madam Speaker, that Boma Ndiromwe. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I beg to move that second reading be done now, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that Bill number 7 of 2025, financial crimes. Sorry, we're now in committee. Yeah, be read for a second time. I was wondering why I was thinking, yes. Be read for a second time. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. We are now in committee stage.
Committee stage, Bill number 7 of 2025, Financial Crimes Amendment.
And I invite volunteer chair to come and chair. Chair of Trade, you have the floor.
Honorable members, welcome to the committee stage of Bill number 7 of 2025, Financial Crimes Amendment. Honorable members, so far the chair has not received any notice of proposed amendments on this bill. If no one wishes to speak, I now put the question. The question is that clauses 1 to 8 stand part of the bill. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried.
So you say,
Honorable members, this marks the end of the committee stage.
Report stage, Bill number 7 of 2025, Financial Crimes Amendment.
Honorable Minister of Finance, report progress, please.
Madam Speaker, I would like to report that Bill number 7 of 2025, the Financial Crimes Amendment Bill, has passed through committee stage without an amendment. Madam Speaker, I therefore beg to move that the bill be laid a third time.
Honorable Minister, honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that Bill number 7 of 2025 be read a third time and be taken today. Be taken today. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Third reading, Bill number 7 of 2025, Financial Crimes Amendment.
Honorable Minister of Finance.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that Bill number 7 of 2025 Financial Crimes Amendment Bill be laid a third time and passed.
Honorable Minister, honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that Bill number 7 of 2025 be read a third time and passed. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the bill has passed. Honorable member for Mzimba North, why are you rising?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just wanted to put the record straight because the Minister of Finance has consistently referred to me as a quantity surveyor. I'm not a quantity surveyor. And equally, I wanted to tell him that I was at Chancellor College. I did physics and mathematics. From there, I went to University of Reading to do economics and law. Then I went to Maastricht School of Management to do my master's in business administration. I am a scholar and I'm a fellow of Chartered Institute of Surveyors. So I'm not just a normal person. I am beyond a quantity surveyor. I submit, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. I think the Honorable Minister corrected when, in his own speech, he did correct in terms of what qualification you possess, Honorable. Thank you. Honorable Government Chief Whip, guide us, please.
Yes, Madam Speaker, as I made an undertaking earlier on that we should be able to handle the questions and standing order, is it 69 or 14? So
Standing order 14.
14, but the order paper is indicating 69. So I thought that we could handle that now. The issue, I think, about Mzimba North.
So it was from Rumpi North.
There is also a question from Mzimba North. We can
on standing order 14?
69.
69?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to tackle both?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's start with 69 and then we do 14.
We start 69 and 14?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Honorable member for Mzimba North.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Indeed, the question understanding order 69, I raised it, I think 2 weeks ago, but the Minister of Local Government showed me something, and I'm yet to receive the communication. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
For the Honorable Minister of Local Government to give you a response before you can ask the question?
No, he showed me something, the response. So
there's no need for you to ask?
No need, because he already showed me what he has.
Okay, thank you. So you are withdrawing the question?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Honorable member, the next one was Honorable member for Rumpi North. He's been pushing for his question, he's not in the chamber. Sorry? Okay, Honorable member for Rumpi North is not in the chamber. Guidance leader, please.
The good people of the West would like to thank you, Madam Speaker of the National Assembly, Madam Catherine Gotan-Hara. And I'm joined by all members in this House to thank you in the manner you have chaired proceedings today. Thank you so much. I therefore beg to move that the House do adjourn early. I thought we have given you a chance for 69 and 14. You are saying there are no people to ask questions. I don't want to be accused. I beg to move that we adjourn area. I beg to move.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Well, I have a motion on the floor and I can't. A commitment today? What? Yeah. Thank you, Honorable Member for Zomba Malosa. I was just going back, I remember now yesterday, I was going back to the clerks. They said they still can't find your question. Yesterday again, to the clerks who were on the floor. Because I also did not see it, so, well, no. There was a commitment, Honorable Members. Yes, the question was to do with, also under section, standing order 14. Mr. Gabich, can you check later on, because yesterday she raised the same, and we'll definitely have to consider that on Tuesday, Honorable. Thank you. Honorable Members, I now put the question. The question is that we waive all relevant standing orders in order for us to adjourn early. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honorable Members, before I adjourn the House, we have some visitors in the visitors gallery, and these are students from Kasonjola Primary School. They are learners from Kasia in Lilongwe Northwest constituency. Students coming from Kasonjola Primary School in Kasia, please stand up so we can welcome you. You are most welcome. These are they are students sponsored by the Honorable Member for the constituency, Honorable Dr. Boti. Most welcome to Parliament of Malawi. Thank you. Thank you. You can resume your seat, teachers and students from Kasonjola Primary School. Honorable Members, thank you very much for today. I'm wishing you a happy weekend. And I know Honorable Member for Doangala and the leader of UDF, hopefully I shall find you where I found you yesterday. Honorable Members, it is 20 minutes past 12. I now adjourn the House to Monday, 2 p.m. House adjourned.
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.